All right, Karlina Tongotea, it's a pleasure to have you here. Bit of intro, under 72 powerlifter, occasional under 64 kilo powerlifter, post-COVID 84 kilo thick powerlifter,
Yeah.
national champion, Oceania champion, multiple Oceania and world record holder. Does that about sum you up?
Yeah, that's a nice intro.
All right, thanks for being here. We're just going to take a bit of time to share a bit about your journey so far and where you're looking towards to the future. So, like we spoke a bit off camera, your background culturally, where you're born and raised and things like that.
Yeah, so I'm half Tongan, half Māori. Mum's Māori, my dad's Tongan. Born and raised in South Auckland my whole life. Born in Middlemore, went to med school, worked at Middlemore, so I'm like such a South Auckland baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much us. I'm one of five, so nice big Tongan family.
So talk about, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Macaulay in Otahu. Yeah, so that was awesome for me.
Sports background?
Netball?
Yep.
All netball, always netball. Was in like club, reps, 3 different teams, so was not doing any lifting or anything for ages, yeah.
And then you spoke about getting into med school, so what made you decide that that's the path that you wanted to go down?
Yeah, I think when I was, my granddad was a doctor in Tonga, and so my parents really drilled that into me when I was a kid, but I ended up kind of wanting to do that myself anyway. So in high school, yeah, I decided.
And the pathway to that, so you go into med school, what's kind of the process for people that might not have much of a background on how it all works?
Yeah, so you do a first year and you compete with everybody else to try and get into med school, and then sit your exams, do an interview, and get in. And then you spend another 5 years at uni, another couple of years as a junior doctor, and then you decide what you want to be.
So you've finished your junior doctorate now, and you're, if I'm right in saying this, training towards GP?
Yeah, that's right. So I did 3 years. Well, it took a year out actually just to lift, because I took a year off work and just did that part-time to pay for rent and pay for competition fees. Yeah. And that was the year before last. So I really enjoyed that. That was really cool. I could see myself just doing that and a little bit of work. Yeah. So it was a bit different coming back into full-time work, but now training to be a GP, passed my exams. Wow. And so in a couple of years I'll be like fully fledged.
Stay in Southside?
Yep, Southside.
That's the plan. So if you weren't a doctor, what do you think you'd be doing?
I think I would be doing something in sport. Like I definitely would have found some sport to do. I've always wanted to represent New Zealand in something.
So we'll segue a bit into your lifting, powerlifting. How did you get into it? Hitting the gym up and things before that? Yeah. So when I started working, I wasn't able to like commit to netball anymore. I was like letting people down. So I just started going to the gym. And I think like most girls who get into strength sport way back then, the only girl I saw lifting was Barbara. And so when I saw that, that's what introduced me to like the lifting world. And then just found a PT, Callum at New York Fitness out south, and asked him to show me how to do that stuff. And kind of found out that I was, a little kind of good for a commercial gym. And then found my way to NZPA. So talk about NZPA. You're training in a commercial gym, and how did you end up over there?
Yeah, I think, kind of funny story. Barbara was my PT. Wow. So so I didn't that's how I found out about lifting for a little while. And then I followed her on Instagram, and I think I got a message just to come to one of their open days or like do a max out session. And I jumped on that because I was like, okay, this is my way to get into like powerlifting. And then, that was it. I was, been there since.